All right, hello everyone. Welcome to You Like That Extra, a midweek review show where we dive into some movies that are easily accessible and talking points of some sort. My name is Jack. I'm one half of You Like That Extra.
And my name is Adam. I am the other half of You Like That Extra.
This week we looked into vampire movies, but it was just a veiled excuse to do Van Helsing.
Yes,
We've
it
been
was.
threatening, and finally the storm has come upon us.
Yep, you all knew this day was coming.
And boy, has it. This
Yep.
movie is a movie called Van Helsing. It's by a man, written and directed by a man known as Stephen Sommers. He did like G.I. Joe Retaliation and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But most notably, he did the best entry-level horror movie of all time, The Mummy. Not the
Good
Tom Cruise one,
movie.
obviously.
Obvious.
Obviously the Brendan Fraser
No
one.
one's saying.
So I'm sure that will come up a lot because it's one of my favourite movies ever.
Yes.
And there's some comparisons to be made here in terms of Stephen Sommers.
Yeah.
Big cast, this one. We got Hugh Jackman in the lead, Kate Beckinsale, Richard Roxburgh, David Wenham, Shula Hensley, and briefly Robbie Coltrane, aka Hagrid.
Mm-hmm.
This had a budget of $160 million and a box office of $300.2 million.
Yes.
But most of that was DVD and home release and stuff. It didn't do great in the theaters.
Yeah, 2004 release.
Yeah, I saw a
It is
stat.
what it is.
It was more than half of the box was in home release, which is fucking crazy. That just shows you the error.
Yep.
Critics 24%,
Yep.
audience 57%. It's an audience
Yeah,
darling,
it's,
apparently.
It's bordering. I mean, it's still not. It's still not great.
The plot is that the Vatican sends famed monster hunter Gabriel Van Helsing to Transylvania to stop Count Dracula from a nefarious plot involving an unholy alliance with the Frankenstein's monster. Some other Universal monsters are also there. This was supposed to launch a franchise. Obviously, they put a lot of cards into this basket, but unfortunately, the movie is not very good. Nobody liked it, and it just went away.
Yep.
Just went away.
Yep. Yeah, yes. It left.
Yeah, Van Helsing. 2004, this movie came out. What do you think of the movie Van Helsing in the year 2021? And what is your relationship with it in general?
Okay. So, the last time I watched this movie was probably about 13 years ago.
Yep.
I remember it being very good when I was much younger. Upon rewatching it, yeah, it's not that good of a movie.
Nostalgia is a cruel mistress, isn't it?
Boy, did I get Mandela'd.
Yeah, I haven't seen this since the year it came out in cinemas. When I got it on DVD, and then I watched it a million times back then.
Yeah.
When I was in year 6.
Yep.
And I have not watched it since.
Nope.
Until Monday when I watched the first hour, and then the rest was on a screen in the same room that I was in.
Very much the same.
But I wasn't much watching it at that point. It goes for
Very
a long
true.
time.
It
It's
is
like
a long movie.
2 hours and 15
11
minutes. But man, it starts so strong with the black and white. It very quickly tells Frankenstein,
Yeah,
like the entire story of Frankenstein in about 10 minutes.
pretty much.
And it introduces you to Dracula, who... He's all right. Richard Roxburgh is all right.
He's
As a
fine.
Dracula?
He's his own Dracula.
As a human, he looks quite good. He's got a good wig.
Yeah.
Same can't be said for the two other leads. Hugh Jackman and David Wenham have two of the worst wigs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but that pilgrim hat though.
The Pilgrim hat works. Pilgrim hat definitely works.
Does not stay around for long.
Yeah, but this movie starts in black and white. It's very much an homage to the Universal monster movies of old.
Yep.
And it sort of just gives you... Dracula wants to have babies. He needs the secret to creating life because he can't do it with his little dusty old man sperm.
His little Dracula
because
penis.
he's dead. He can't create life if he's dead. So
Very
Frankenstein's monster is the key to that. He's got like something in him somewhere.
Sure.
But the townspeople come and want to take out Frankenstein and his monster.
Mm-hmm.
Dracula just yeets Dr. Frankenstein across a room.
Yeah, just goes fuck yeah.
Hires Igor on the spot. Didn't even look at his resume.
Nah. Very, very quick hire.
And then we're introduced to Van Helsing in a decent sequence. He's fighting Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. Do enjoy that.
AKA Hagrid.
Yeah.
I just get such a kick out of hearing Hagrid swear.
Yeah, it is great. It's a great portrayal of Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. And dodgy CG.
Very, very.
This
dodgy
whole
CG.
movie is very dodgy
This
CG.
movie is just so CG heavy.
Yeah.
Where it's what it's relying on this whole time.
But there is some stuff like Frankenstein's monster is fully practical and it looks fucking terrific.
Yeah.
It's a weird design. Like they mention he's made up of 9 different dead bodies. And like it's all pieced together and stuff, and like sometimes his head starts falling apart and he puts it back, and like when he steps he's got like a hydraulic thing that shoots out steam and stuff, and it looks fucking great. It's just like, why didn't the rest of it look like this? Maybe that's where all the practical money went. You can't do Wolfmen and stuff practical like you could in the 80s, like when you put a statue of a wolf on a skateboard and push him through Piccadilly Circus.
Yep.
But if you want 2 big wolves fighting and shouting at the camera, you have to CG it.
And I mean, they weren't the worst CG in the movie, the wolves.
I think they were.
Okay. Fair enough.
All the trivia was just like, it's not a traditional werewolf because he rips the human skin off, showing that the monster comes from within. I'm like, okay, yeah, but it looks bad. Like the skin coming off just looks like KFC skin.
KFC for me, man.
But yeah, it's just like fucking hell. Yeah, every single plate in your house just dropped into the sink, and every plate has a different meal on it. But because you fumbled it and dropped it, it's just like, oh god, I gotta scoop out this mess.
Yeah.
And there's about fucking 40 different plot points.
Yeah.
And like all the plot synopsis were pretty simple. But I was just like, it's not simple though, because there's so many different monsters and like Transylvania looks like shit. And it's just like, where is this going? What is, like, we know what Dracula's endgame is.
Yeah.
We don't really know what Van Helsing's endgame is because he's in love with Anna, aka Underworld.
Kate Beckinsale's an absolute gem in this, my god.
And then she wants to save her brother. Her brother might be Dorian Gray, but it's just like kind of hinted at, but then he just dies anyway, so he's not. And then David Wenham, is getting porked because he's not a monk, he's a friar, and they make that joke about 12 times. Yeah, it's just like so many fucking things. It's just, oh my god.
It is. It's way too much in this movie trying to be done, and you just like, it's just slow it down for a sec. Let's pick one.
And it's not, we complain about action movies not having enough action. This is the other way around. Like, it tries way too hard with too many big, loud, bad CG sequences. Like, as soon as he gets to Transylvania, it's this loud nightmare with the wives and stuff screaming.
Oh my god.
Some of the worst compositing you've ever seen.
Oh, The Brides of Dracula is some of the worst acting
I genuinely think
fucking seen.
They are maybe 70% of the reason why this movie sucks. Fucking dick.
When Dracula's just like pondering about something and they're in the background wailing their arms around and fucking screeching and crying about something dumb.
Yeah, it's like a TLC music video.
It's like, are you trying to just please your fucking master or fucking like, what's the go here?
Yeah.
Just stop wailing around.
Yeah, it's also implied that they're scared of him, but it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, they're like, the reason they come into town isn't clear. It's like, they need to get blood for the kids.
Yeah, they're just fucking hungry.
But they also need to feed as well. And then
at the same time, the townsfolk are just like, oh, why kill them for?
We got a good setup.
They only come and take like 1 or 2 people a month.
Yeah,
it's not bad. Now they're going to come and kill for revenge.
Yeah, that still sounds pretty bad.
And it's just like,
that's a bad lottery to be in.
It's like, why don't you just eliminate the whole problem and just get rid of all of them? Wouldn't that be the easiest scenario?
Yeah, and just stock up on blood.
Yeah. Their transformations are the fucking worst as well.
Yeah, it's
when they go between like she-bat and then back to the full fucking bridal dress shit.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's terrible. It's so terrible. And they just have those big contacts in. Like they must be so uncomfortable.
That's probably why they're crying and wailing so much.
But there's the one scene where they agree to meet Dracula at his ball.
Yeah.
And like it's set under a bridge, and the bride goes away, like starts flying away, but she hasn't transformed, and it just looks like someone's got a fishing line on top of the bridge, and then yeets the actress up. Because the way she floats, it's like when you pick a child up and they go limp.
Yeah.
She just does that, and it's supposed to be like sinister and scary and stuff, but it just looks funny.
Yeah.
It looks so bad. And the Mummy is consistent with its visual effects.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you're looking at the Mummy and it's this horrible, falling apart, decomposing man, that's just as impressive and spectacular as the big face in the sand.
Yeah.
Whereas this is dancing around. Like you said, the werewolves are passable. The werewolves in certain lighting and in certain actions look quite good.
Yeah.
But then you got the brides and the babies, and the design of the vampire babies is like...
Fucking hell, man.
It's like fucking Dobby the house elf fucked Gollum. And then whatever came out of it was dropped, and then that's what the baby's design is.
Yeah.
And it's just noise. It's just
this movie's way too noisy.
It's so loud.
It was so hard watching it last
God.
night because I'm going through, and then I've had I can't listen to movies on low, and then I can't hear what they're fucking talking about because they're whispering half the fucking time.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a sequence, and then it's the loudest fucking thing ever. I'm just like, hold on, fucking equalize yourself.
Yeah, Kate Beckinsale's accent is not particularly convincing.
Nah, but she's gorgeous, so it's fine for me.
Richard Roxburgh's doing alright as Dracula. Hugh Jackman, I don't know, it's kind of just his voice, but it's a bit more British.
Yeah, he goes to try to put a little bit on there, and I think at some point he forgets that he's putting something on.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another fucking subplot too, is Van Helsing getting his memory back. And turns out him and Dracula fought in a great war in like the 1600s or something, remember? And he was the one, Van Helsing originally killed Dracula.
Yeah.
The reason Dracula is undead is because in another life or something, Van Helsing killed Dracula. And it's just a throwaway bit. But it's just like, that would be a major plot point. That would be a major motivation for Dracula.
Yeah.
But it's just like brushed over.
If you just hit that at the start, you'd have such a better movie. It's basically just Dracula Untold. Yeah. Great movie.
It's just one of about. I've never seen it.
I
haven't seen a lot of Dracula movies, actually.
I got a few of them.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Surprisingly not bad.
Yeah, apparently it's not terrible.
Yeah.
And then, so the attacks just start straight away, and they all just hate Van Helsing straight away. But Dracula has this respect for him because he killed him, but also Van Helsing has to turn into a werewolf to kill Dracula. So luckily Van Helsing got bitten by a werewolf earlier. He didn't get bit on purpose.
No.
Yeah, it's just like, well, that's convenient.
Oh, that's
lucky.
That really works out. And timing-wise, well, look at that. We've got just enough time to do it.
Right on time. That sequence with the two stagecoaches and the werewolf attacking it is pretty okay. Yeah. I don't mind that. It's
passable.
a cool chase scene.
I'll give it a pass.
Yeah, and like the explosion at the end is not good.
No.
Nothing
not one bit.
nothing actually exploded on set. It's just like the effect over the top. Like a bad YouTube edit.
Yeah.
And then the bride screams some more.
The brides don't stop fucking screaming.
Yeah. And then and Frankenstein's monster, I guess that's like the heart of the movie because he's more human than the humans. He has more humanity. He stands up for himself.
When he eventually comes back into the plot.
Yeah, he disappears for a long time.
And then he's just like this swamp monster living underground Dracula's castle, and you're just like, hasn't he been looking for you this whole time?
Yeah, he wasn't that hard to find. They fell down a well, and he was there.
Yeah, there he was.
Probably not a lot of wells in that town. It's only a small town.
I mean, a lot of bones down there too. I feel like someone would notice shit's going missing.
The smell, at least.
The smell. I'm sure he cries at night at some point.
But anyway, he has his nice big hero moment. And he has a big fight.
Hero moment. Sure, why not?
And then, the climax is so Dracula has rebuilt Frankenstein's lab.
Yes.
Lair of a lab. And it looks like a nightmare. It looks like something from Dark Souls 2. It just like keeps going up. It's one of those buildings that just keeps going up forever.
Yeah.
And he has like minions doing all the work, which are like thoughtfully designed, but they don't do anything.
They had I looked that up because they had like a proper name as like what they're called.
Yeah, right.
But they're basically just descendant of dwarves.
Yeah, okay.
Realistically, just a bit fucked up.
Call them goblins.
We'll call them neo goblins, just because
Neo-goblins.
I feel like they'd go for a curb stomp or two.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember
Thank
other
you.
things from the movie.
You have
remember
a really shit werewolf fight with Kate Beckinsale in a very, very dark librarian mansion.
Oh, yeah. And you think it's a dream or something, but then it's like, oh, no, it's her actual brother.
It's just really shit looking.
So dark, like, holy shit.
It's beyond comprehensible.
There's so much convenient timing with, like, the full moons and stuff. Like,
perfectly timed.
Like, the brother turns into a werewolf on a full moon, and then he dies after he bites Van Helsing. And then they're like, yeah, you'll turn into a werewolf on the next full moon in 3 days. It's like, how fast is that?
I don't know if they know how full moons work.
And, like, the full moon is still there, even if there's clouds. But Van Helsing's okay if there's clouds in front of the moon. Like,
it's
the moon is still there.
Yeah.
It's just behind clouds. But yeah, oh god, what was the dance? There was like a big ball.
Yeah, it was the ball
What was
dance.
that about?
It was Dracula getting to Kate Beckinsale's character because she's the last of her bloodline or whatever, and it's supposed to be something to do with she's got the ability to kill Dracula as well, or she's something. I don't fucking remember, but it's something to do with her being the last of her bloodline.
And that's mentioned at the time that I was actually listening to.
Yeah,
but I don't remember it.
because when the brides are attacking the village and they're just like, oh no, they're just after me. Everyone else is fine.
It didn't look like it. It looked like they were attacking everyone. And
yeah, no, they yeeted a cow through a fucking door and whatever. But I don't fully remember why she's needed. But it's something to do with the bloodline because the ball happens and he's dancing with her and then he's prepping to bite her. And,
he's like creeping up on her and stuff.
And his mouth does thing. And you go, that's shit looking.
Yeah, and then everyone in the ball does it as well, and it just looks terrible. All the big mouth stuff. Yeah, which is weird because Stephen Sommers like perfected the big mouth in The Mummy. There's so much big mouthing in The Mummy.
Yeah,
but he fucked it on this one. I haven't seen any of the G.I. Joe movies, so I can't speak.
Neither have I because they just did not look good whatsoever.
No, they always had decent casts, but then I just heard they're bad.
Yeah, good for me.
Yeah. But anyway, David Wenham sets off like a light grenade and kills all the vampires, and then there's only Dracula left.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's another plot point, because if you kill Dracula, all the other vampires go away. All the other spawn of Dracula goes away. So I guess that's Van Helsing's motivation, is he wants to stop all the vampires, so he just kills Dracula.
Mass baby genocide.
Yeah.
This is
pretty grim. But they're not really babies. They're the little Dobby golem house elves.
They're newborns.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, like Dracula gets pretty far into his plan. Like it happens.
Look, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's got his plan. He's putting the wheels in motion.
Yeah.
He's getting it done.
Yeah, nobody can question he's not a
work
procrastinator.
rate is ridiculous.
Absolutely through the roof.
You got to respect it.
And then, Van Helsing's just like, I'm a big dog. I'm going to bite you. But then, it's like, you don't see Dracula's full transformation for a little while.
Nah, it's
when you do,
shadowy and then...
But then when you do, it's worse than The Brides. I think.
It
looks so much worse than The Brides.
Pretty fucking bad. And I giggled so hard when there's the point when Dracula's back in his castle and he just starts walking up the wall.
Yeah.
He rises up from like his glass coffin. Very, very easy to see how he was being raised up.
Yeah.
Didn't get rid of the strings because they're like, hold on, we got to get you to walk up a wall.
Yeah.
And it's when he takes his first step, you can see it's a bit hesitant because it's no idea what the fuck is going to happen.
Yeah. It's so
and then it starts walking and just like so nonchalantly,
yeah.
and you're like, mate, you're struggling.
Yeah.
Don't try and hide
He's doing the hands behind his back to clearly just like, maybe this will hold me up. Like,
yeah.
Because I was like, it's an easy gag. It's a rotating set. But it looks too awkward to be a rotating set.
Yep.
And like the set is too like detailed to rotate. If you see any other like the most famous one obviously is Inception. It's just a hotel hallway. There's not really a lot in it, so you can spin it around and only the actors get gravely injured. But yeah, when he turns into his full Batman mode, it looks terrible. And they must have known that because he only does it twice, I think.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to normal Dracula to talk to Wolfman Van Helsing. But say he's a fucking Wolfman. You can't reason with him.
Nope.
Ultimately, the whole goal of the movie, as I've just understood from what you've just said, not from me actually listening to the movie, was to keep Anna alive.
I wasn't fucking listening to it either.
Was to keep Anna alive. There's only one werewolf antidote, and Anna sacrifices herself to stab Van Helsing in the bottom and cure his Wolfmanism.
Yep.
And just dies.
Yeah, because doesn't he kill her?
Yeah, he kills her.
Yeah.
But
Asshole.
I guess Dracula's dead, so her bloodline doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because there's no more threat of vampires.
Probably in the first place.
Also,
anyway.
they wanted to franchise this, right? But you've killed the Wolfman, you've killed Dracula, and Frankenstein's monster is a good guy. So who's left? Like Swamp Lagoon guy? The Invisible Man?
You're looking at a long time down the line.
And the Mummy. So the next movie obviously would have done all fucking three of those in one because that's what this was.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. And then, very famously, in the year 2017, there was a big magazine spread, a big feature introducing the Dark Universe. You remember this?
Of course,
and we had Javier Bardem, we had Johnny Depp was going to be in The Invisible Man, Tom Cruise was in The Mummy with a girl from Kingsman. What's her name? I can't remember. Whatever the girl
Steph.
who plays the Mummy. Yeah, Steph. She was also in Climax. Remember that nightmare we watched?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
Trying to forget about that.
and Russell Crowe was Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde.
Yep.
The Mummy came out to a resounding, just fart noise.
Straight
Just
fart noise.
absolutely fucking. They tried so hard to Marvel it, but unfortunately DC'd it. Just went too hard, too fast. But then the movie wasn't hard enough, and it just wasn't very good, and nobody gave a shit.
Nope.
So they shot it in the foot, gave Jason Blum a call, and Jason Blum gave Lee Whannell a call, and we got The Invisible Man, which is an extremely good movie. So
yes, it fucking is.
So Universal will own these monsters forever. Dracula, Frankenstein, Black Lagoon,
They won't give
all
them
of
up.
that stuff. You know who I'm talking about. They will own it forever. They will never give it to anyone else.
Not a chance.
But clearly they didn't care much about The Invisible Man because they gave it to someone else, and look what happened. It fucking worked. But there are rumblings that they're going to try again.
Yeah.
They're going to have another crack.
Well, Lee's still getting the Wolfman, isn't he?
We are. Yes.
Lee's doing that.
So maybe they're just giving it all to him.
Wouldn't be surprised. You look at this. Imagine if Lee did this movie.
Yeah. Well, he would have been like 17 at the time.
Yeah,
he's roughly our age.
Let's think if he did it now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, depending on studio fingers in the pie, I think he would have done something good with it.
Yeah.
I think.
They would have gone, you want 200 million? You're going, nah, give me 7.
Give me 7.
What, 700? No, 7.
Give me 7 and 2 Melbourne streets. And I'll make you a Van Helsing movie. But that does lead to, will we get a Van Helsing? Are these going to be connected enough? And I guess we won't know until Wolfman comes out, if it, like, how connected to the Invisible Man it is. Because we're getting the Invisible Woman as well, apparently.
Yep.
So, you need, well, you don't need, but legend would have it, we will get another Van Helsing.
Well, you got what? You got the Van Helsing TV series on Netflix.
Yeah?
You don't know there's a Van Helsing TV series.
Did not know that.
Female-led.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was another Dracula series, and it's like in modern times. I think it's just called Dracula. Yeah.
I'm not too
but apparently it's also not very good.
I think Van Helsing's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not the same at all, but there was talks of Van Helsing being done again and just completely rebooted.
Yeah, you would assume
so. They were getting their fingers back in the pie going, all right, we'll get it done.
Yeah.
15 years later.
And maybe he's like a Nick Fury. He's a through line, but then, Nick Fury didn't become a villain, but maybe Van Helsing eventually does. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith because I don't fucking care about any of these characters.
Yeah. But they can be done.
They can be done.
I don't know why they don't get done. The Universal.
That is so weird. Like the original movies came out in like the 50s, maybe this. Yeah, 50s, it was black and white era. Yeah. So they're very old, and then nobody touched any of them until Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
In 2000, I want to say that movie came out. And then we had Benicio del Toro did a Wolfman movie, which we've mentioned before.
Yep.
And then you got those movies like Victor Frankenstein, I, Frankenstein, Dracula Untold, and stuff like that. And Charles Dance turns up at the end of Dracula Untold, and he's like, I heard there's a Wolfman. He says something really obviously sequel baity.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
I don't. I haven't seen it in a little bit. Yeah, watch it again.
Anyway, and he tried to set it up, and then that went nowhere as well. And then nothing happened until the Dark Universe crashed and burned. So I don't know why it's so hard. Like you've got monsters set up. You've got their backstories. Like you can just do the origins again. These movies are old enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
When nobody's really gonna know where Frankenstein comes from.
It can work.
Yeah,
it can work very easily.
But studios just keep fucking it up. Universal doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's when I keep pumping out John Cena comedies.
Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I don't care. I don't like Van Helsing.
Before you end this off, like, how did this movie end though?
This movie ends. The Van Helsing and Carl are on a cliff, and they set fire to Kate Beckinsale's body. Mm-hmm. They look down, and Frankenstein's monster's like on a boat, like paddling away. He's fine. He's good.
Yep. Just gone off on a gondola.
Good terms.
Cool.
And then we get the most baffling bit of visual effects, script writing, direction, movie making in cinema history, where there's the sun starts coming out behind the clouds. There's this really uplifting musical sting, and Kate Beckinsale's face is just lightly composited in the clouds, like smiling down on them.
Very lightly.
Oh my god.
Very lightly.
So bad. And then Van Helsing looks up and he's all like loving and smiling. It's just like, yeah, we did it. You didn't fucking do it because you, as a wolfman, fucking killed her.
You're a fucking shit.
One of your tasks was to keep her alive.
And you fucked that up.
Fucking killed her being a dog. You dog cunt. But yeah, just like the funniest fucking ending to any movie.
Oh my god.
So bad.
You posted it on Instagram and I went, that's pretty funny. I wonder where that's from.
Yeah, I wonder what he's watching. Jessica pointed out that it's like the Wizard of Oz. Just like that terrible face in the sky, like clearly just someone with a projector. It's so bad.
The sun from Teletubbies looked fucking better than this.
100%.
And that was around the same time.
Yeah, it's just like they didn't know how to end it. Why not end it on like I don't know, fucking anything else?
I can't fathom the fact that David Wenham's character didn't die.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What's the chances of him living through the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, he's the comic relief. It's just like, he just gets banged. And
I saw him at Supernova the other month.
Okay.
He was there.
He's still working, isn't he? He's still doing stuff.
Still doing some
shit. I like David Wenham a lot. Not in this.
He's older looking. He was just sitting there. I was just looking at him going,
this movie came out in 2004.
$80 to meet you because you're in Lord of the Rings, but you didn't do much.
Yeah. And he doesn't do much in this either. He's just there.
Yep.
Fuck, I should have written it down. There was one line that made me laugh out loud, and it fucking annoyed me that it made me laugh out loud. I think it just got me, like when I was off my guard. I'll have to go back and try and find it. It's when they're like tooling up. They're going through all the weapons, and Carl's like, this is what this does. This is what this does. Fuck, I can't remember it. But he says something very funny there. That's not funny, but it was funny enough to where I was like, maybe the rest of this movie will be okay. Oh no, never mind.
Fuck yeah, no, I remember the scene too, but I can't remember what it was.
The weapons. Said. When I saw this, we were going to end the episode, but I have a couple more talking points. So I was terrified of this movie. Like, I saw it in year 6, and like I was so scared of jump scares. I was almost like jump scare phobic.
Yeah.
And this movie comes out the fucking traps with it, man.
Yeah.
Like
Mr. Hyde, straight up.
Yeah, and like even in the black and white section when Dracula's just talking, it'll just like pop up his Batman face.
Yeah.
And like a scream thing. It's not an earned jump scare. It's not. It's barely a jump scare. It's just a noise.
It's just there.
But like, it's in the first 3 minutes of this movie, and I was sitting next to my primary school best friend, and I was just like, "Fuck, man, I don't think I can do this." And I was like, fucking terrified. I went to the toilet halfway through. Like, it was after one of the Wolfman scenes. I remember it so vividly. I went to the toilet and I just dawdled like a motherfucker. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to get too close to this movie. I'll take my time. I'll take my time. I was fucking terrified of this movie. Just because of the unfair jump scares.
Poor guy.
Just no atmosphere. No. There's no atmosphere behind it. It's just loud noise, maybe a flash on screen. And then Van Helsing's weapons. He's got cool weapons. He's got those little... they're like...
he's got circular saws, but without the whole body of the circular saw. It's just a spinning blade.
Yeah. And one of them's on like an electric razor. Yeah. It looks like a Manscaped, and then there's like the big star on the end. Yeah, and then one of them he has to hold like that. How impractical is that?
Very impractical.
And he just like puts a little jigsaw piece out of Mr. Hyde, and it doesn't really do much.
Yeah, not really.
But then the other one with the electric saver cuts his fucking arm off. Like, why would you ever use this?
You may as well just have the one and just go fuck it. Or have two of that one.
And then he's got like the machine crossbow. Which he just cannot hit fucking anything for the life of him.
No.
And then there's the Sweet Matrix the sequence where he dips it in holy water and he flicks it.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, okay, I might be on board. I might like this movie. Like when I was watching it on Monday, I was like, that is so fucking stupid. And it has to be knowingly stupid. That there's just a bucket of holy water sitting there. And then the way it's shot, it's so dramatic. And then he shoots, and it's like a machine arrow. Yeah. And he still just fucking misses, even with the holy water. And then one goes through a wing, and that's enough to kill her.
Yeah, whoop, fucking rip.
And I was like, they have to know that is fucking daft as hell. Anyway, I just wanted to mention those 2 points. Fuck this movie.
Fuck this movie. I should have kept it in my memory in 2004.
Oh, man, yeah. Rose-tinted goggles weighed heavy on this one because I had the nostalgia for it. Like, I could have sworn this was better than 100%.
It was. And when I was sitting there going, I'm going to watch something on my phone. Yeah. Going, why am I doing this?
I just fired up Red Dead. Like, I saw the Stagecoach, and I was like, that made me think of Red Dead. I'm going to play Red Dead. Anyway, Van Helsing, it's on Netflix in Australia if you, for some reason, have nothing better to do for 2 hours. It's not even a curiosity. I think it's just bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you haven't watched it, you're not missing it. Don't worry
it's there. If you have the nostalgia for it, please let us know because we sympathize 100%. We were like excited to do this. We were excited to go back. But as is the curse of this show, every movie sucks forever, and I fucking hate movies.
You're welcome.
That's your introduction to You Like That Extra. If this is your first episode, every movie sucks ever, and I hate them. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It's very, very important to us. If you're listening to us on Spotify or any of the audio stuff, just chuck up a screenshot on Instagram and tag us. Word of mouth does so much. Down in the description below is a link tree that takes you everywhere. Everywhere you want to go, however you want to listen to or watch us, we're there. And it's all there in that link tree. So please click it. If you want merch, go to YouLikeThatPodcast.store.
That's the one.
And buy some merch. There's some tank tops and stuff there now as well. Takes a little bit to get to you, but fuck, it's worth it when it does. It's good merch.
Yep. It's not bad.
We do a main show as well. There's news, there's questions, there's a bit more personality to it. It's a bit more informative, quote
unquote. It's the full review, and then you get a bit of news through the week, what's happening in the world in movies.
Bit more variety and stuff.
We answer some questions.
They go up on Spotify on Sundays and on YouTube on Tuesdays.
Yes.
This very show, You Like That Extra, audio and video, both go up on Thursday.
That's correct.
So, until then, until Sunday, when we're doing M. Night Shyamalan's Old. This beach makes us age.
That's right.
Until then, my name is Jack. It has been Jack. It will be Jack in that episode. Like, watch it. I promise. My name will still be Jack in that episode. And I've been one half of You Like That Extra.
And my name is Adam. I'm the other half of You Like That Extra. And we'll see you all next week.
Bye.